Adrian here from the Digital Dojos, and today we're going to be taking a look at a monitor that I've had for quite a while now, and I'm just kind of getting to doing the review because a lot of you guys requested it even though it's an older model. This is the Samsung SyncMaster PX2370. So you can see here the Samsung. This is an LED 23-inch HD monitor. It can also be used as a TV, whatever you want to use it as. Really nice monitor. I've had two of them. I have two of them. There's actually one right here that is actually displaying, but I'm going to get to that later on. Again, the PX2370, older model of monitors. I think there's some updated versions, but some people still wanted a review on this to see what my thoughts. And since I've used it for a while, I thought, why not? So here's the monitor, and we'll have a full review posted up at digitaldojos.com. And with that, guys, let's dive right into the design. Alright guys, so looking at it from afar, you can see this is a 23-inch monitor. TFT display is LED backlit. Going up here, I'm going to kind of give you guys a perspective of how thin it really is here. And you can see just at an angle from the top looking down, it is a really thin display. Coming from the other side, left side over here, you can see it is really nearly razor thin for an LED monitor. It has a cabinet black color to it, very glossy. As you can see here, you can see the reflection of the iMac right behind it. At the bottom here, you have a touch sensitive power button along with a translucent kind of base right here that acts as a stand as well, and it can be tilted back and forth from there. So that is the design. It's really nice. It has this bezel that's kind of translucent. One of my favorite designs from all the monitors I've owned, and I've owned a lot. I used, like I said, two of these for a total of 46 inches as a dual display for my iMac, or triple display setup for my iMac. And with that, it's really that simple. It's a really simple, easy, sleek design. And with that, we're going to go in and look at the I/O ports on the back. So, taking a look at the back here, you have your DC in for power, and it comes with a power brick that is decent sized. It's actually under my desk right now, but it comes with a brick that powers the device, nothing too big. You also have your HDMI input right here for stuff like if you want to use it for a TV or an Xbox or anything of that sort. You have audio out with a 3.5mm jack and an optical audio out for other sound devices or anything of that nature. You have standard DVI for obviously your DVI in. They come with adapters for the VGA, so if you still have a graphics card or anything that supports VGA, you can use that, or you can buy the adapters. They're really cheap. They're probably less than $1. Obviously, you have the Samsung logo on the back here, and that's really all there is to it on the back. Also, you have your standard buttons on here on the left, I guess, that are kind of hidden back here. And zooming in and focusing on those, you can see, if the camera wants to focus here, you have your menu, you have your brightness up and down, along with your way to navigate the menus. You have your sources button, so you can switch between HDMI and DVI. And you have your auto configure if you hook up a new input or source or anything of that sort. But yeah, really simple design on the back as well. There's no mounting materials you'll notice here. There's nothing really you can unscrew the base or anything of that nature. But with that, let's go ahead and look at the tech specs of the monitor. So, going over the tech specs, it is an LED monitor. Like I mentioned earlier, it is 23 inches. It is 1920 by 1080 in resolution. It's a really glossy material. Like I said, it's brightness up to 250 CD, 2 millisecond response time, 1000 to 1 static contrast ratio with a 170 degree to 160 degree viewing angle, 16.7 million color support. Has some features built in with the software that comes in it, stuff like Magic Lux, Magic Brightness. It's Samsung's proprietary software that they use for configuring the monitor settings and all of that. Like I said, it has one HDMI input, power consumption of 25 watts, so nothing too crazy. It's actually really light. Obviously, it is Mac and Windows compatible. Just as long as you have all the right hardware, etc. It weighs in just about 9 pounds, and shipping weight comes in at 13.2 pounds. So it's a really light monitor, easy to move around. And the reason I'm doing this review right now is actually because I'm rearranging my setup. And product size with the stand, it is running at 21.9 by 17.1 by 19.2. That is with this little base stand that they have right here at the bottom, which is really nice and easy to kind of maneuver around. With that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the other monitor that I have that's exactly the same as this and talk a little bit about the colors and all that, and we'll move on to the pros and cons. Looking at the active Samsung monitor, this is the other one I have attached to the iMac. I know you can't, like I said earlier, garbage in, garbage out, but this is kind of a contrast test that a lot of monitors use, that you can kind of see the contrast ratio of your monitor, and it's actually really showing up really vibrant on here. Like I said, you can't be able to tell, so recording the actual active monitor won't really do it justice in terms of showing the quality. But I did want to show you some stuff about the viewing angle, like I talked about earlier. Some monitors, you'll notice when you kind of go off to the right or left, the image kind of fades out. But what I really like about this monitor is you can really see it from extended viewing angles, which is really, really nice for movies. Stuff like if I'm laying in bed, I can watch movies and stuff of that sort from a different angle, and you really don't get that kind of fade away or kind of a like color issue bleeding when you kind of go off to the right or go off to the left of that sort. Other than that, though, I mean, like I said, you can't really tell the contrast ratio here, but I did want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of the monitor. The main pros being not only its slim profile and its design, but LED is ergonomically better, and especially with this eco-friendly technology they have built in here. I really love the thinness and mobility of the monitor. You can really move it around. And going back to the other one here, what do you call it? This one I have not hooked up right now. It's really, really great in situations where I work constantly throughout the day, and the LED monitor or LEDs are much more efficient in terms of energy usage and heat. You don't get a lot of heat produced from the monitor. Like, for example, my iMac produces a lot of heat because it's an all-in-one, or my other Acer displays produce a lot of heat as well because they're not really LED backlit. So along with the LED backlit, it allows for that great design and performance that you get. Popping colors, high contrast, deep blacks, that sort of stuff. So, I mean, color-wise and ergonomic-wise, or in terms of heating and stuff like that, is really, really great. And overall, I just love the design, the response time for basic stuff like movies, color correction on editing, all that sort of stuff. It does really, really awesome. 1080p, obviously, you can hook up multiple devices to it, Xboxes, use it as a TV, use it as a regular monitor. Really, really awesome stuff. Now, some stuff that I do not like cons-wise, the on-screen menu, which I can show you guys here, isn't really that great. I really don't honestly use a lot of the software that they have built in, like Magic Bright, Magic Angle, all this stuff. I really use applications like f.lux. Certain stuff like that really helps out rather than the actual on-screen stuff. So I'm going to have some things here overviewing the pros and cons of the monitor. Another con is that I want to mention was it's not really, in terms of, looking at expansion options and stuff like that, you can't really mount anything. There's no support for VESA mounting or screws on the back or disassembling the stand, if any of that sort. So it's kind of standard the way you get it. There's no really expansion. You can't hook it up to like a monitor arm or any of that sort because there is no mounting brackets or anything of that nature in the back of the monitor. But other than that, guys, this is a really great LED backlit monitor. This is, again, the Samsung PX2370. Overall rating, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 stars. If you want to buy a budget monitor, you don't want a new-end LED monitor, you're still looking for something on the, cheap, affordable, this is definitely something you might want to pick up if you really want matching dual monitors that go really nicely together. Obviously, really, really thin in terms of design and stuff like that. Really great colors. You're still going to be really, in terms of, technology-wise, this is still up to date. Really, really nice. Popping contrast, great colors, all of that. Great for movies, great for editing, great for everyday usage. Check it out, guys. These are my Samsung Sync Masters PX2370. Head over to digitaldojos.com for more information. Thanks for watching.